Hey, what's up, folks? This video is going to be about eclipse season for the fall of 2023 into the spring of 2024. Now, I'm going to talk about the energies and the overall feel and view of what we've been going through and go through overall first, or an overview of the last 6 months or so. Then we're going to go over the energies in the next 6 months. We're going to go over each sign, but I'm also going to talk about the energies of the world, the United States, the big things that we might be seeing going on in the world, and how to move through that. And then at the end of the astrology, I'm going to say a special message for all my subscribers that have been with me for a really long time. It's been a while since I've been on here, so thank you very much for tuning in. And if you resonate with these messages, please like, share, and subscribe. But anyways, coming into October of 2023, we are starting this new 18-month cycle, really fully coming into shifting away from the Scorpio and the Taurus energies into this more cardinal energy of Libra and Aries for the nodes. Now, for those of you that don't know or understand, the nodes represent fate, destiny, like the direction of our soul's path that we're going. And I know a lot of you out there, you're feeling the call, you're feeling the drive, we're waking up and at record speeds, and it may, not feel like what you thought it was going to feel like. A lot of crazy energies are bursting around. I'm really kind of feeling like we're coming into this fourth density and connecting on a deeper, much deeper level to these astral layers of energy. If you notice, you kind of looks like you can almost physically see the entities in people. It's pretty wild, right? So coming into this new chapter, now what we've been going through this past 6 months, it's been a wild ride, hasn't it? We've had Pluto that's been square the nodes here for the last 6 months. It's going to start shifting away from that energy here in November. So, but this energy, it's been so intense and so deep. Basically, I can equate it to when you're getting ready to jump out of an airplane. I don't know if you've ever done that, or if you've ever faced a deep fear of yours. When you're going into it, you're like, I want to do it. Yeah, I'm going to go. You're all like psyched up. And then when you jump on an airplane, you step to the edge and you're like, what the hell am I doing? Wait a minute. Maybe it's not such a good idea. But when you have a good friend there that'll just kind of nudge you and push you off, that's Pluto. Pluto's like, nope, you going. Boom. You said you want to do this. You're going to do it. Right? Our soul is leading us into these higher vibrations. We just have to be careful of the resistance from our ego, because our identity is being like scrambled eggs. It doesn't really know what to do or how to act or how to react, because it's no longer has the ability to be in control. That's really what Pluto square the nodes was doing. It was shifting us from this place, whatever is, it's uprooting whatever is not meant for our highest vibrational good of the things that our soul wants us to really, our soul's path, I feel, is being laid out before us. Particularly, if you're one of the people like me that, feel like you have a purpose to create and shift this collective consciousness, to start this new earth, to start this new way of doing things based on love and compassion, and win-win as opposed to win-lose, right? We're going from competition to co-creation, and that takes a completely different mindset, a completely different energy. So this plutonic energy is getting us to really step into that surrender. It's kind of not giving us a choice, right? And that's what this Pluto square the nodes has been. You don't have a choice anymore. Sorry, dude. Right? So now, as that's coming to a close, at least it's, the energy is, it's not exact. So it kind of, and it's so deep that as soon as that starts to shift out, there's going to be a new energy that comes in that's going to continue to move us and help us grow into these new positions. Good thing is, though, all right, there is silver linings to this. There is a death portion of this energy, then there is also a rebirth. I believe that in this next 6 months is where the rebirth really begins. And as Pluto ventures its way from 27 degrees of Capricorn, where it's at right now, for the next few months, and comes back into Aquarius, that is really the very last portion of this 14, 15-year cycle since been in Capricorn, coming into this new energy of Aquarius. And we're going to feel this major weight lifted off our shoulders, while all the people that have been doing all the scandalous stuff and all the crap, they're going to just get, getting bombarded harder and harder and harder. But for the people that have been living through their heart, doing the right thing, we're finally going to start seeing the rewards. All right. So that's awesome. Phoenix is rising from the ashes all over the place. It's going to be very exciting. And with these eclipses coming here in October, you can bet that we're going to see a lot more stuff be coming up on the world stage, right? A lot more false flags, a lot more things that they're going to be doing, saying, hey, you better be afraid of this. But this is where Pluto is like, have you learned enough? All right, it's time to say no. It's time to own your sovereignty. It's time to be who you're meant to be. And that means having solid boundaries. Now, we've been learning how to activate and identify these solid boundaries within ourselves within this last 6 months in particular, especially with this Venus retrograde. That was a big, big, big lesson. Whatever happened during this Venus retrograde, we're still in the shadow period. So we're still integrating the rest of these lessons. In fact, we have Venus still coming up to its last square with Uranus, which could still be new, unexpected shifts, changes, understandings, belief systems, and new opportunities coming in to step into this new chapter. But if you've been feeling like you've been at this standstill, at this spot where it's like, I want to do something, but I have no idea where to go, like you don't really see where things are going or understand how it's going to play out, or if you have good things going on, either way, whichever situation you're in, things are going to start to shift and change because we're all being asked to level up. So if you have really great things going on, all right, you can still expect things to switch because based on the people around you, they're going to want more, they're going to want change, they're going to want different. You're going to have to know how to navigate all that stuff. If you've been feeling health issues or if you've been having relationship issues, all these things are trying to show you parts of yourself that are getting in your own way to get to the next place that you want to go. And you may have to let go of parts of your lifestyle, or you may have to let go of relationships that you didn't think you could, right? Or you may experience a death in the family or a death of a friend, or, the loss of a car, the loss of a job. But know that whatever's waiting on the other side of that is going to be much better. You just may go through a period where, it's a bit of a transition, right? Where you have to let go. And the more you try to hold on, the more you're going to hurt yourself. So watch out for those control dynamics, okay? And because we're in this cardinal energy now, we're really coming in to these new cardinal energies. They're really going to start to push us forward as opposed to just being like sitting there, coming out of this retrograde energy slowly over the next few months. It's going to be finally, slowly, like the IV is going to be dripping a little bit faster and a little bit more efficiently. So that's going to be good. So all this shenanigans starts on October 14th. We're having solar eclipse on 21 degrees Libra. Now, at that time, Pluto is going to be at 27 degrees. In fact, for both the eclipses in October, Pluto will be at 27 degrees. So we know here in the United States that Pluto at 27 degrees is the Pluto return point for the United States. And this is the very last time that Pluto will be at 27 degrees of Capricorn. So this last time, this is the last part of it. This is waking up our identity as a country, as a citizen of this world, really. But our country going through this identity shift is going to have a lot of us people seeing just all this darkness, all this crap. It's all the stuff that you're like, how is this even possible, is going to be coming out. And it's going to be a little mind bending. So don't believe everything you see or hear. Trust your own heart through the process and focus on your own mission. This is all about clearing out the distraction so we can activate our own creative ingenuity to co-create our new life. Because after all, Pluto coming into Aquarius is all about bringing communities and people together, right? Now, with this being at 21 degrees Libra as well, I also want to point out that in the United States chart, we have Saturn at 14 degrees of Libra in the 11th house. So this is pretty close to that. With this being a solar eclipse, just about 5 degrees away, 11th house is the vision of the United States. It's other countries, other people, right? Other situations going on. Saturn is the Lord of karma. All right. So tell you what, man, October, it's looking like, you know, shit is going to hit the fan in some way, shape, or form. You can bet that they're going to throw everything but the kitchen sink, and we have to stay in our center. All right. We will respond, not react, but respond in a self-loving way. Now, when I say self-loving way, that doesn't mean sacrifice yourself for other people. Right. That means like, I'm not taking this shit because I love myself. I know my rights. I'm a sovereign citizen. So let's all band together and make this thing happen. Right. Let's all help each other out. Now, on October 28th, we have a lunar eclipse at 5 degrees of Taurus. That's going to be conjunct Jupiter. So this is the last sliver of energy, you know, in that Taurian energy. And not to mention, we had a solar eclipse at 29 degrees of Aries earlier this year. So this is going to be closing out that energy and reinvigorating this new spot. Now, if you are in my generation, you know, between what am I, Gen X or Gen Z or no, I'm 44 years old. So if you're between 38 and 46, that area, these eclipses are going to be hitting you pretty hardcore because our generation has Pluto right around 20 degrees of Libra. And we also have Chiron right around 5 degrees of Taurus. Now, you think about that and you're like, oh shit, that's intense, that's deep. Oh no, I can't take much more of this. Here's because Pluto is at the 27th degree of Capricorn, it's moving back in Aquarius pretty soon. I actually think this is a very good thing, especially after going through this Pluto square the nodes. I believe that this is actually activating the phoenix rising from the ashes. So we were getting beat down, broken down, cracked open, opened up, you know, ground up in sawdust pretty much, you know, energetically. Now we're being put together in this new way. And I believe that these eclipses in October are going to initiate that process of all these things that we've been working on manifesting, coming together to start this new 20-year chapter. Okay, so it is a birthing process, but we finally crowned, we got the head out. Okay, that's the hardest part. Now we just gotta come the rest of the way out. Okay, if your Pluto is near 21 degrees of Libra, I believe that's going to be like, you're going to have the courage and you're going to have the energy to be able to not give a fuck what other people think. And whatever house this is in, apply it to that area. And I'll go over that when I go over the individual signs. All right, but this is like, the buck stops here. My boundaries are solid. You ain't like, the outside world ain't messing with me anymore. Okay, I know who I am. I've been through all the tests, and I am in my truth, and you can't take that away from me, right? And when we listen to our hearts, you know, the heart, you know, whatever we're channeling, that divine source energy through our heart is going to guide us. All right. We have to make sure that we're not focusing on outside resources, asking other people for their opinion. There is no more of that. Okay. Now, also with this lunar eclipse at 5 degrees Taurus, that's literally the exact degree of my Chiron. Very exciting. But that is activating the wounded healer aspect, the healing capacity of all of us that have been doing this inner work. So what part of you is a healer that is ready to step up and take responsibility to do more work, because the world needs all of our work, right? So this is what we're looking at in October. This is the initiation of, well, solar eclipse is a new beginning, all right, of an energy. Lunar eclipse is clearing out and ending something. So we're simultaneously sort of like passing the baton to this next chapter. And this next chapter is really like starting like a whole new life, particularly when we get to the beginning of the year. January 20th is when Pluto goes into Aquarius again. Now, it will retrograde back for about a month and a half, 2 months in September, October, but that's little itty bitty. Okay, so fundamentally, we're pretty much in Pluto in Aquarius at that time. That's when things can start rolling. That's when, especially if you're a Capricorn, if you have any significant Capricorn placement, it's going to feel like a weight is lifted off your soul. And now it's like, yeah, now we can go. Now we can make some stuff happen. All right. So, but the eclipse that's happening April 8th is very significant. But first, I'm going to go into the March one. So March 25th and April 8th of next year is when we have the next eclipse season or cycle that's ending this 6-month period and starting the next one. Okay, so March 25th is at 5 degrees of Libra. Pluto will be at 1 degree of Aquarius at that time. So now Pluto is already in Aquarius. Now we're already in this new place, a new flow. And don't forget too, right around this time, we're coming up to the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction, which happens only every 20 years, which is going to be a massive activation of whatever house that Jupiter-Uranus is in your chart. And Taurus, you're going to feel it in your physical body, but it's also going to be about getting out there in the world. There's a lot of stuff here about light workers, starseeds, indigo children, all of us people that have been doing this work about rising up and taking a deeper level of responsibility and leadership and creating this new earth and this new world. People are going to be looking our way for help because we see things and we've been through things and we understand things that a lot of people don't understand or haven't seen yet. We just have to learn how to structure it. And as we come together, we are meant to come together, as a community. And you're already seeing it all over the place, but it's going to magnify tenfold next year. It's going to be very, very exciting. Now with that, let's look at my notes here. With that particular eclipse, we have North Node conjunct Chiron. Now, North Node is going to be pretty much conjunct Chiron the next 6 months. All right, like give or take 5-6 degree orb. All right, so this is really waking up and activating the wounded healer within the collective, within everyone. So this means everybody is feeling their shit. Everybody. And we're already seeing that, but we're going to be seeing it at a deeper and deeper level. And the people that are willing to look and humble themselves and heal and, go into those vulnerable spaces, great, deep work, amazing things are going to be able to be cleared. It's a very, very intense time of healing. Now, the people that refuse to address their wounds and to go in, that's essentially narcissism, because they believe their minds are in control and they start to worship themselves. And we're going to see that. We're going to see major, massive delusions and like mental illness happening with that. And it's going to be interesting to see who comes out with what level of, where and how. So there's also a yod going on this eclipse. Now, for those of you that know me, I love talking about yods because I have 2 in my birth chart, but I always feel like it's pretty significant. And this one just happens to be pointing towards the south node. Okay. So the south node is where this eclipse is pointing to. Okay. Now, while the North Node is conjunct Chiron and Mercury, this yod has Venus sextile Jupiter, which is the lesser benefic and the greater benefic are like, hey, awesome, sextile, having sex, they're having a good time, right? But with the quincunxes going to the south node, it's like, all right, there's these 2 parts of us that are going to have to work together very synergistically in order to let go. It's like we're still carrying on. We're still carrying or handling this have to do with any kind of lingering codependency in relationships, or it's definitely going to have to do with something about vulnerability and about allowing ourselves to be vulnerable in the situations that we want to create. This could be stepping out and speaking in front of lots of people and you have stage fright. This could be, leaving a relationship that you has been good for you for a while. It's been holding you back. It's like now it's going to start to make you ill, like physically ill and sick, right? And we're going to start to see more and more of this. People that are not standing in their truth, they're going to start to get physically ill and sick. This is what Uranus and Jupiter and Taurus represents. It brings it up in the physical body, and it has to move through like all that fixed energy, right? And that Jupiter Uranus conjunction, it's going to blast it out. So that could create or bring to the forefront, like, you know, something that has to be looked at. So really important to pay attention to your physical health right now, and don't fall for the bullshit. Don't fall for the fear-based stuff that they're putting out there with all this crap. Detoxification should be a consistent thing in your life in these times, in these days. All right. Why do you think we see healing centers popping up all over the place? In fact, that's my new venture, which I'll get into later on with my people. But detox, stress relief, balancing out the central nervous system, getting off medications, and, you know, staying away from negativity. All right. If you have internal negativity, that's something you have to address. But if you are around external negativity, that's something that you can get out of. All right. And if you can't get out of it immediately, start making a plan or setting the intention to get out of there. And right now, coming into this time of, you know, the law of attraction, right? Law of manifestation, surrender and allowing is going to bring us everything that we've always wanted. But in order to be able to even know, or we have to be the vibration, which means authenticity. Now, authenticity only comes through vulnerability, right? So it's all in alignment here, and we all have to go through the process. And, you know, so if you're like, oh, yeah, that makes so much sense, then, you know, surround yourself with people, places, things, information, situations, whatnot, that make you, you know, learn, educate, understand, and give you access to these kind of things, because the access is coming more and more prevalent. Now, April 8th, 19 degrees Aries, and it's exactly conjunct Chiron. Okay. Now, this, if you think back to 2017, August 17th, 21st, August 21st, 2017 was when we had the first great American total eclipse, where, you know, I think you go to Oregon and you can see it block out the sun. This eclipse, this is another total lunar eclipse, where it's going to completely block out the sun, and we're going to see it in the United States. It's only passing through, well, I think it's the United States, Canada, and Mexico. All right, so this is closing out from 2017, 2024. This is like waking up. Now it's like, all right, now Pluto's in Aquarius. Now in 19 degrees Aries, right on top of Chiron. This is like, we all see the wound, and we all need to give it love within ourselves. The more we give the vulnerability, this is going to be like a collective vulnerability. It's going to be so intense. All right. And this is complete. This is clearing out a whole, this is what we came here for, guys. This is what we can feel, right? And you can almost guarantee that, you know, the darkness is going to try to do some, you know, pull some bullshit, because not only is this at 19 degrees, but the United States, Chiron, is at 20 degrees of Aries in the 5th house. So this has to do with our children, with our inner child. As a country, the inner child, the children of our country. Now, pay attention to all the crazy stuff that's been going on, all the things that have been coming out. Just consider all that. And, you know, think about the kind of stuff that's going to be coming out with this total lunar eclipse at 19 degrees. And 19 degrees is also the degree of exaltation in Aries as well. So this is the degree of all the degrees in Aries that represents Aries. This is like, represent. This is going as deep as it can go. We've already come out of the last time that Pluto is at the Pluto return. This process is now activated. It's no more digging deep. Now it's coming up. All right. We've been excavating for the last who knows how long, right? Really started in 2020. Well, at least that's when the general public really started to see it. But, you know, now we're out of the digging phase. Now it's all undug. Now it's just coming up and coming out. And it is going to start coming out in crazy, crazy, crazy ways. And the dark isn't going to be able to hide it anymore. The good thing is that with all these things coming out, we are going to band together. We are coming together and we are going to create a new world that is based on love and compassion and community, and reintegrating the customs and traditions that bring people together and that treat us all as one, because we are all one and we all deserve abundance. But the amount of abundance that you manifest in your life is going to be direct proportional to the amount of abundance that you believe that you deserve. And this is why the vulnerability work and the inner child work and the clearing all this out is so, so, so important. I cannot stress this enough. All right. So from now, or October, whenever you're watching this, okay, until April of next year. And now that time, let's see, April of 2024 is going to be right before, let's see, October. No, that's way too far. It's April. Okay, yeah, April 20th, actually, of 2024 is going to be when Jupiter and Uranus conjunct at 21 degrees of Taurus. So with that energy hitting right after this total solar eclipse, you can bet that we're going to see old leaders fall, new leaders rise. We're going to see massive shifts and changes, probably in the currency system. I mean, we're already seeing that now, but I personally even know, you know, people that are developing new philosophical ideas of currency systems that are based on authenticity, right? Bartering, kind of, right? But systems of value, because the value of the fiat system is done. It's crap, right? Everything is like it's all made up. And the more, there's so much stuff coming out. If you guys haven't listened to Cal Washington's and Aaron Apke's latest video, please go watch it. They started this thing called empowerment. I believe that's what it's called. A system of seeing how the government is really screwing us and how we can go through the process of actually getting reimbursed for being screwed for so long. I don't know enough about it to talk you know, intelligently about it, so I'll just leave it at that. But go check them out because they know what they're talking about. All right, but let's go ahead and see where. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. I'm going to start to go into the sun signs now, to go into each individual placement. If anybody is watching this, you guys, please, if anybody is watching this, when you are watching this, if you feel guided to, please, you know, feel free to put a timestamp down in the comments. I would greatly appreciate that. So now remember, this is going to go for your ascendant, and loosely your sun sign, but it's really more relevant for your ascendant. And this is going to give you an idea of where in your chart these are happening. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and pull up the screen here. All right. How did that go over here? All right. So Aries and Aries rising, of course, these eclipses, well, October 14th, you have an eclipse in your 7th house. This is significant intimate relationships, marriage partnerships, also open enemies. This could be court, all right? But this could be a shifting or changing a relationship, or a shifting of a status of relationship, meaning going from, you know, boyfriend, girlfriend to getting married or engaged, or you could be going from, you know, single to in a relationship, or from a relationship to single. This is going to be calling out any kind of codependent natured issues that you may have. Business partnerships too, right? If you're if you're not, doing the right thing, or if you and your partner, in business are not getting along. But also, if you have anything going on with court, or like with open enemies, people that are talking shit, because people are talking shit all over the place, right? If they're in the wrong, like morally and ethically, or if they're just, trying to make something look a certain way, this is where these energies are like, the person that is true and authentic is getting the justice. It's no more, this justice system is no more able to serve the darkness per se. Okay, like if it's justness, light, we're taking over and the light. So if you're doing the right thing and someone's trying to prosecute you, like look at like Russell Brand lately, his latest thing came out, but all these people that, just are trying to do some good work. Now, maybe something happened 20, 30 years ago. Everybody has some shit in their past, right? Nobody's perfect. But people trying to dig things up and stuff like that, like anybody that's trying to make a mark in this world, somebody is going to do something like that in some way, shape, or form. If you're doing the right thing and you're coming from your heart, you're not harming anybody, and you're not doing anything, scandalous, then you have nothing to worry about now. All right. Before, that wasn't the case. Now I wouldn't worry about it. You're gonna be doing all right. Okay. And then of course, the eclipse at 5 degrees Taurus is going to be happening in your second house. Now, this is great because, this is ending a new beginning to potential money, work, whatever it is that you do for a living. And, with Jupiter and Uranus also going to be conjuncting there in your second house. This could be that in this next 6 months, like you go from, from a little mom and pop business to exploding into like a huge business, or you could be getting on a huge podcast that, like this is going to level you up like in a tax bracket, or changing the state of your life. Like this is huge, big opportunities. It will challenge your self-worth and self-confidence, but you've been doing the work. You've been making it happen. You've been going, if you've been doing the work, you're going to be all right, but it's going to bring you into a whole new level of vulnerability. And this is where you just have to know you got it, right? Just trust that things are going to be all right. And then of course we have March 25th. It's going to be at 5 degrees Libra, which is again in your 7th house. And then April 8th, 19 degrees of Aries in your 1st house. So there's a lot about your identity shifting here and your relationships. All right. You are becoming a new version of you, especially with the North Node conjunct Chiron. Really, your identity, you're embodying the wounded version of yourself. You're accepting all of the parts of who you are, and as you accept that, you are magnetizing the things that that will accept you as well. And this is going to lead you to all the right things. You don't need to go and chase anything or literally do anything. You got to be everything. Once you are being everything here that you want to be, then it's going to come, attract you. And when it does, then you take and you process it slowly. Aries tend to like to be a little impulsive, or like to, like you get that rush of, energy, like I want to act, or I want to do, or I want to change, or I want to shift. No, you just sit with it. This is really for you more about slowing the hell down, sitting with it, and allowing other people, other situations to expose themselves, expose their truths, and allow these truths to come to light. And it's just the things are going to come and they're going to clear it, and you don't have to do a damn thing. You just have to stand in your truth, be you, and watch the beautiful things just amass in your life. It may happen a little bit slower than you want at first. However, it's coming. So trust it. And this is going to be Aries rising in particular. You guys are going to be a big part of, like high vibrational Aries. You guys are going to be a big part of the new leadership here in this new America, this new version. New leadership is going to be coming up, and Aries don't play, man. Aries, I'm Aries rising, so but it is requiring the most vulnerable, authentic part of you. The more vulnerable and more authentic you can be, the more successful and the more fluid and efficient things are going to flow to you. Okay, so very exciting times, a lot of deep endings, a lot of beautiful transformations. Just sit with it, be with it, allow things to come and go, and Trust your own heart above anything else. If it feels right to you, and if you're not sure, if you're afraid, you got to sit with it until that fear, until that confusion, until it shifts. However long that takes, whatever it is you got to do, or actually rather be, then just be that. Okay. So let's go to Taurus and Taurus rising. This could do this manually, so apologize for the delay. So Taurus and Taurus rising, we have let's see, October 14th and the 28th, 21 degrees Libra is going to be in your 6th house. And then 5 degrees of Taurus is going to be, of course, in your 1st house. So this is going to be really about you getting your health, your nutrition, you taking care of yourself. If you've been struggling with anything, as far as like, you know, your day-to-day life, if you've been eating like crap, if you like taking, like, if you're on medication, or if you're on anything that's distracting you or suppressing you or taking you away from your authenticity, it's going to be called out. So this could be where, if you're not taking care of yourself, health issues emerge. All right. So make sure that you're paying attention to your health and staying focused on keeping yourself aligned with your circadian rhythm, with making sure like you know, get yourself checked out, you know, you're exercising, you're eating healthy, whatever it is that you do for work, that, you know, you're honoring yourself. Like, don't push. All right. Don't be too stubborn. Like, you know, Tauruses can definitely be. Honor your body, and honor where it is that you feel like, if you're like, fuck, I'm just so tired, I just need to sleep. You need to sleep and sleep, right? Just make sure it's productive sleep. All right. And then of course, October 28th with 5 degrees of Taurus, this is going to be in your 1st house. So major ending to you identifying with who you are. All right. Coming into, again, a new version. So there could be circumstances or situations coming in that are demanding a new version of you. Now, this is just the start of this in this next 6 months, because of course we're going to have Jupiter and Uranus in your 1st house conjunct, which is also making you level up, making you so. And the 6th house and the 1st house both have to do with the physical body, with how you come out to the world. You could be rebranding yourself. You could be getting in really good shape. You could be, you know, changing your hair. You could be, you know, wanting to get all tatted up. You could be doing something really different, thinking like, you know what, like, I want to get out there. I want to present myself in a certain way to be able to get these. It's almost like you're learning how to put on a new identity to bring to the world that makes you feel like, yeah, I'm worth it. I got this. So if you were wearing sweatpants all the time, now suddenly you want to, you know, start wearing suits and getting out there and showing, and, you know, because you feel good in them. Or if you want to do the opposite, if you're wearing suits and now you want to wear sweats, but like, you know, they're like super couture sweats, and you're like, yeah, I feel good, you know, getting out with people, and things are going pretty well. There's something fundamental and significant that's going to change about the version of yourself that you want to be. And then, of course, you know, March 25th comes along. We're going to have 5 degrees Libra, which is also going to be in your 6th house. So there's a lot about your health. And then the on April 8th is going to be in your 12th house. So this is really with a total lunar eclipse in your 12th house. This is very intense, with being connected to the collective unconscious, feeling all the shenanigans around you everywhere you go. So depending on where you're at, the universe is going, it's going to feel weird, because you're like, I don't know where this is coming from. I just know that I got to change something. I want to be around new people, different things. And this is going to go with your identity about wanting to go into this new place. And with that total lunar eclipse coming just a few weeks before the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction, you are working up to a brand new version of you. You could be moving somewhere. You could be even activating a new psychic gift, or you know, deeper connection to the, you know, divine. Now, one thing I would be careful of here with the 12th house. The 12th house is also self-imposed prison and addictions, right? So this could be very intense, and if you're not careful, you could like want to escape. Like, too much is coming at me, I don't want to deal with this, and then you start, doing drugs, and then you do fentanyl and die. Okay, like we don't want that to happen. So watch out for substances, particularly in this next 6 to 12 months, because all the energies here are really all about getting your day-to-day shit together, getting out there, connecting to the world, stepping up in a new identity to be able to connect to the world, and staying away from distractions. That's a big, staying away from distractions. And what's going to make you want to distract yourself is the feeling of vulnerability, right? But that feeling of vulnerability is what's going to bring you everywhere that you want, or it's going to make your ego say, nah, screw this, I can't handle it, and I want to stop that. So just allow yourself to be vulnerable, stay away from mind altering substances, and you'll be fine. Okay, so Gemini and Gemini rising, we have, give me a second here. Gemini and Gemini rising. All right, October 14th coming up, we have 21 degrees Libra. This is in your 5th house. And then of course October 28th, it's going to be at 5 degrees of Taurus. So again, you have a lot of activity going on in your 12th house and your 5th house. So 5th house, this is facing a part of your ego that that is blocking your creativity. Now, this could also be about like how you connect to having fun, right? Or being, letting that inner child out to be fun, flirty, feeling good about yourself, right? So if you like to work out, or if you have a hobby that you like to do, it's really important for you to be able to, create space and time for you to do that. But with this lunar eclipse at 5 degrees of Taurus here in your 12th house, and also with Jupiter and Uranus conjunction in your 12th house. I had Jupiter and Uranus conjunct in my 12th house during my Saturn return when I was 30 and I was in Iraq. And I'll tell you what, that was some of the hardest energies I ever went through. Now, this is a 20-year cycle. So wherever you're at in life, I can guarantee you your entire life's going to change. Here in the next 6 months, something will happen to change your life. Now, it's impossible to say exactly what that's going to be, right? But what I will say is that the key to your success in whatever it is that you're doing or where you want to go is connecting to your inner child. Now, whatever that means, or maybe you may have a child, okay? Or maybe you have children, and connecting to the children that you already have more. Could be any of those, all right? But you need to learn how to have fun, all right? And trust me, I got North Node conjunct Saturn in my 5th house. My life's work has been to learn how to have fun, which has been a very difficult task for me. I'm getting there, though. So a lot of energy here is going to be for you to let go, to have fun, to surrender, to let life be what it is. When you connect to your inner child, this is going to bring about a level of channeling that you've probably never experienced before, because that creativity is going to give you ideas. And this idea is going to be what sets you into this next place of your life. Some kind of creative genius, some kind of creative flow is waiting to come through for you. But there's going to be some blockages in there that needs to be cleared. And this may activate some pretty serious psychic gifts too. Okay. Now, whenever there's psychic gifts being activated, you might start to feel crazy, the dark night of the soul kind of thing. But this is why you know who you are. You've been through it, so it's time to embrace all these new ways of being, and allow this new version of yourself to be birthed as this vulnerable inner child that just wants to have fun. And the more you have fun, the more successful you're going to be. Okay. And then, of course, we have the April 8th total eclipse at 19 degrees of Aries, conjunct Chiron, and that's going to be in your 11th house. So this is going to be the big one for you. And this is in regards to your vision of what you want to do for a living. I mean, you can't make this shit up, right? So, but this is going to be like, this is kind of like the hero's journey, as particularly for you. Maybe you're gonna go through a period where you're like, I don't know what I want to do with my life or for a living, and then suddenly something happens, maybe a tower moment. You're like, okay, my life is going this way. I have no idea where it's going. But when you go here, you learn how to just accept it and have fun and surrender, and then boom, now you have a whole new life purpose, a whole new vision of helping people. A lot of people are getting activated to help other people because Pluto coming in Aquarius is all about, hey, we all need to support each other. We need to get away from these systems that are dividing us and create systems that are bringing us together, right? And you definitely have a huge opportunity to be able to do that. So you're coming into a really new vision of what you want to see your future look like. But while there's still cloudiness in that vision, it may be frustrating as you're, but just know that there's on another level, like, you know, in the cosmos out there at the higher vibrational level, there's a lot of spirits working on, you know, you have a team up there that's really clearing you out so you can get to this next mission. Okay, so next we'll go to Cancer and Cancer rising. And I'm gonna have to figure out a better way to do this. So Cancers, you guys, Cancer's my opposite. So October 14th, we have let's see, fourth house. So with the solar eclipse in your fourth house, this could be you wanting to discover deeper levels of yourself. This could be you becoming, if you're a woman, you could be becoming a mother. If you're a guy, you could be connecting deeper with your mother or wanting to connect deeper to your roots. This is really wanting to just find home in your life in a deeper or newer way. Okay. And this may also be directly correlated to America's Pluto return, because essentially we're all searching for a new home. So, you know, now this could be a change in your home as well. Like you could need to move, or there could be, you know, like, or death or birth in the family. All right, you could become a mother. So keep all that in mind. And but whatever the case is that the things that are going to be happening in your life over the next 6 months are going to be directing you to a new understanding, feeling, concept, philosophy, and possibly even place of home. Now the place is sort of secondary to finding it within yourself, right? You need to feel at home within yourself. But on the 28th, we're going to have lunar eclipse 5 degrees of Taurus. And this is going to be in your 10th house. So, I'm sorry, 11th house. So this is really powerful because this is an ending and a new beginning to connecting with a lot of new people, right? And with Jupiter and Uranus conjuncting here in the 11th house too, you can expect to be like, you're probably going to have a whole new group of people that you're going to be connecting to here by April of next year, like all new people, all new situation. So whatever that tells you, you know, that could go along with, you know, getting a new job, moving to a new location, leaving a relationship, creating a new relationship, creating a family, whatever the case is, you got a lot of change coming in when it comes to that. All right. March 25th, 2024, 5 degrees of Libra. Again, it's closing up the cycle of the learning here in the 4th house and starting a new energy at a new, deeper level. Maybe you found your new home. Maybe now you want to decorate it and create it in a deeper way or whatever, but you're coming into that newer place. And with North Node conjunct Chiron and the Yod going to the South Node, you know, this is there. You're shedding and letting go of things that are no longer serving you in regards to your home and family. So next 6 months is a lot of change coming your way. So, you know, be ready for it. but it's all good things. Okay. And April 8th, the big one, 19 degrees of Aries. This is going to be in your 10th house, career and life purpose. So this is going to be pretty massive for you, because of course it's exactly conjunct Chiron, and in your 10th house of life purpose. You probably learned something here in the last 6 months. When I say that, from now until then, you're probably going to learn something that's going to be painful but transformative. All right. So this is a lot of death and rebirth energy. This is like death and rebirth of a relationship, of a business, of a home. Maybe you live somewhere for 20 years. Birth of a child can also do this too, but seeing like how your entire life has had to change. You're around all new people, and now you got to start this new life purpose, or maybe you're finally understanding what your new life purpose is and where you want it to go. And then once you do that, later on in the month, Jupiter, Uranus come together and activates. Boom, it comes together and it touches, and then it brings you into it literally like a new level or a new dimension. So we're all moving up to this new level of dimension here in April of next year. And this one for you in particular, it's going to bring you to a whole new place in your life: home, family, life purpose, relationships, connections, you name it. So very exciting times. So let's go to Leo. There we go. That's much better. All right. So Leo and Leo rising, October 14th, 21 degrees of Libra. This is going to be in your 3rd house. So, with the solar eclipse here, you're learning something new. You're going to be connecting with people in your, in your close proximity here in a new way. October 28th at 5 degrees of Taurus. This is going to be in your 10th house of your life purpose. So you may be coming into a new position, a new job, a new, something new is happening in your job. You got to learn something new, or maybe you're educating or becoming a teacher. Maybe you're going back to school. Or maybe you're starting to do some public speaking. And then, of course, the Jupiter and Uranus conjunction will be in your 10th house as well. There's a lot of career stuff here happening for you. And it's requiring you to step up, to learn something new, to come in, and probably going to be facing some fears as well, especially with all the Chiron energy that's happening in these eclipses. So, be ready for that. March 25th, 2024, 5 degrees of Libra. Again, 3rd house. This is whatever you started learning now. You're going to come to a culmination point where now you're going to take that education. Maybe you're going to start teaching it, or there's some different level or type or part of this this educational. And this could be with relationships. Like you could be working on a relationship with yourself even as well, and learning about consciousness, psychology, whatever it is that you're learning. You're using it to create a new career for yourself. And then April 8th, the big one at 19 degrees of Aries, is going to be in your 9th house. When Chiron is in the 9th house, especially with a total eclipse, this is very powerful in a couple ways. First, this is where you may feel like, I've done so much work, but I have so much farther to go. And am I really going to be able to make it? I definitely wouldn't be traveling around this time, because 9th house represents travel. But Chiron in the 9th house is like, I've learned so much, but I still feel like I have so much to learn. And you've already done all this learning here in the 3rd house, but this could also be sort of like humbling you to be like, wow, maybe now you've up leveled, right? You've learned a lot, but now you're around other people that are really smart, and you're like, shit, I got to keep stepping up my game. Or like, I thought I was up here, maybe I'm down here, but in actuality, you leveled up, right? So now you're doing what you love to do, and you've challenged yourself, but now the universe is saying like, all right, you challenge yourself, but now it's time to keep going. And realize, and don't be so freaking hard on yourself. Like, realize that you've actually come a long way, and you've done a lot of really hard work, and honor that, right? You got to honor that yourself. So now on to Virgo rising. You have October 4th, 21 degrees of Libra, which is in your second house. So that's nice. The money that you make from the work that you do, self-worth, self-confidence. So you could be getting a lot more clientele. You could be, doing a lot of work. This is also like, you could get a lot more work because of whatever is happening out there, whatever kind of shenanigans that, they're going to try to throw at us. You do some kind of work that helps these people out, and you're going to get really busy. So good for you. And then October 28th, the lunar eclipse at 5 degrees of Taurus. We're going to have that in the ninth house. So now that you're getting busier, now you got to create structures, or like, figure out some new way to be able to get the information out there. So you have to learn some new stuff. And with Jupiter and Uranus here in the ninth house, this is really going deep into your belief systems. Like, where are my self-limiting beliefs now that I'm really busy making more money? How do I handle it? Maybe get a little overwhelmed. Is the universe saying, grow, baby, grow? And you need to let go and clear out all these self-limiting belief systems so that you can make room for what's really meant for you. This is really powerful leveling up time right here for you. And on March 25th, 2024, 5 degrees of Libra here. We're still in the second house. So you went through a lot of leveling up, a lot of testing of your self-worth and self-confidence. Now, you got that in the bag. And now you're clearing out and letting go, finally. It's like all this stuff had to build up over the last 6 months. And now this eclipse hitting you like, all right, time to clean out and time to step into really this new version 2.0. And of course, the big one, April 8th, 19 degrees of Aries, is going to be happening in your 8th house. So this, right before the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction, this could be meeting some very powerful people, or meeting a lot of people, and really bringing people together, getting an investor. This is like other people's wanting to spend money on you, but this is all your success is all gonna depend and be based on how authentic and how heartfelt you truly are. So if you're coming from a heart-centered space, you're doing a lot of healing work, you're helping a lot of people, people are going to feel that, and they're going to be drawn to help you and to get you to where you're meant to be, which is also going to continue to make you need to expand your mind, to open up. Might be good to do some consciousness enhancing or expanding exercises or things, biohacking stuff. The drill here next year. But I see a lot of, like, if you're in a process of creating something or building something right now, putting it together, like bringing the right people around you together to build it, to create it, to really get it solidified in your mind, like a business plan or a pitch deck or something. Get this. This is the time to really get it out there. And by April of next year, you could definitely see something big happening with that. All right. So let's see, Libra and Libra rising. Well, it's going to be big for you, kind of like Aries, on identity. Solar eclipse at 21 degrees of Libra. Of course, solar eclipse is a new beginning. And of course, with the South Node in your sign, this is letting go of needing to be hyper independent, kind of the opposite of any codependent nature. But so this is like screw this, I can do it all on my own. Well, no, you can't. It's time to learn how to be interdependent, and it's time to learn how to work with other people, but get out of your own way and stop being so damn stubborn. Okay. And of course, with Pluto at 27 degrees of Cap in your fourth house, the United States, this country is like is your home, right? So between the first, fourth, and seventh house, this is all finding this newer version of you, and finally seeing all the things that you've been fighting yourself from seeing here for this last 6 months, probably in the last while Pluto is square the nodes. Okay, so finally moving up and out and through that, and really getting the message now. Okay, so this would be good. October 28th, lunar eclipse, 5 degrees of Taurus. This will be in your 8th house. So this is all about other people. What I'm feeling here for you is this is clearing out some stuff that's blocking your intuition, and there's like, this is the house of like death and rebirth of your intuition, of your sexuality, of other people's money and whatnot. So this could be like taxes and things that are coming back that maybe you didn't expect, or blockages with your intuition, or connections with other people that, you know, something that has to be settled and cleared from your consciousness, and lessons learned, because you also have Jupiter and Uranus here in the 8th house. That's going to bring a climax to it in, of course, April of next year. But it's going to clear it, you know, and it's going to bring it to a whole new place. But this is what I'm seeing as a big slice of humble pie. All right, you gotta learn to surrender and let go, and trust in the things that, you know, you feel are right, and your heart stop shutting your heart down. March 25th, of course, next year, 5 degrees of Libra. Again, we're coming to a culmination point, that whatever energy had to build up to, you know, clear out for that identity, is being identified, and we have a yod going there from Venus and Jupiter. So that's literally, your identity is going through a massive shedding of the skin next year. So from October until the end of March, it's going to build up. Once Pluto goes into Aquarius, it's going to, the pressure is going to lighten up a little bit, but there's a massive buildup and release, probably a few releases of letting go of these deeply subconscious energies that are keeping you from really having everything that you want, from really living, you know, because you want to be a part of a community. But, you know, Libras tend to give away all their power. So then when they give away all their power, they get upset, and then, you know, then they hermit. So if you're in that process of wanting to be around people, then giving all your power away, and then hermiting yourself, that back and forth process is what's being called out, so you can clear out. So there's no more codependence or hyper independence. Okay. Now, April 8th, the big one in Aries, this one is going to be hitting, of course, your 7th house. So this is going to be really powerful, because April 8th, a total eclipse. This is a total clearing, and it's exactly getting on Chiron. So a total clearing. This could be like, I'm done with something. All right, this is a significant relationship. This marriage, this could be a business partnership, but this is a complete, I get it, I see it, I'm done, I'm clearing it out. You know, the vulnerability is coming up whether I like it or not. And then a few weeks after that, when Jupiter and Uranus come, provided that you fully surrender and allow this to happen, something really great can happen when it comes to other people's money, when it comes to really connecting to your intuition on a deeper level. And sort of like, I feel like this is freeing you from a prison of your own control, or need to control because of fear. All right, so there we go. So you're going to be a completely different person by April of next year. Very exciting times. So Scorpio and Scorpio rising, we have, let's see, so October 14th eclipse at 21 degrees of Libra. This is in your 12th house. Now, like I was saying earlier, I think it was Taurus, you know, 12th house eclipses are difficult, because it's a lot of unknown energies. You might feel just like really tired, not really know what's going on, because whatever you're clearing is not happening in the conscious mind. It's happening, you know, in the ethers. But it's really important to stay sober around these times. Anything in the 12th house can really activate addictions or addictive natures and tendencies, or escapisms, or you know, anything like that. So this is where you just want to tune in, a lot of meditation, and a lot of just sitting with whatever comes through, and allowing yourself to be okay either way. All right, be in places where you can be authentic and vulnerable, you know, if there is anywhere in your life where you're not feeling like you can be yourself 100%, then that's a sign that you need to get out of that. Okay, that's coming through really strong. On October 28th, lunar eclipse 5 degrees of Taurus. This is going to be in your 7th house. So this is where, you know, of course, a very powerful, you know, beginning and or ending, well, really ending of your connection to relationships. Now, if you're in a relationship, this could be a shift. Again, you could be going from boyfriend, girlfriend to being married, or you could be going from you know, boyfriend, girlfriend to single, or this could also be a business relationship or partnership where suddenly you guys realize you're not on the same page, or it could be that you get offered to sign a huge contract and it's really scary, but you want to do it. Either way, you're going to a different level in some way, shape, or form that is connecting to a deeper, more authentic part of you. Just have to, again, especially when the 12th house is activated here, you got to watch out for that fear. Okay. So that's, you know, in October. Then coming into March next year, we have 5 degrees of Libra, which is again in your 12th house. So two eclipses in the 12th house, especially with the yod going to the south node there in one of them. This is clearing some very, very deep stuff. Very deep stuff. All right. And surrender is the name of the game here. Surrender and presence, or surrender and sobriety. When I see stuff like this, there's a lot of opportunity and or temptation to disconnect, to unplug, to just want to escape. Escapism is the worst thing that you can do right now. Okay, no bueno. So allow yourself to feel, and you're not going to understand what it is that you're feeling. That's the thing with the 12th house. It's like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know why I feel the way I do, and it's frustrating, and I just want to figure it out. And can I please blah, 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 blah. That's the part of the brain that you just got to shut down. Okay. And April, the big one, this is the big one for everybody. But Aries conjunct Chiron, this is going to be in your 6th house. So with Aries, with this being exactly conjunct Chiron in your 6th house, this is your physical health. Okay, and Chiron is the co-ruler of the 6th house as well. So, you know, how is your physical health? And how is it related to your emotional health? Are you getting enough sleep? Are you eating healthy? Do you have a good structure in your life? What is your day-to-day, you know, like, do you work in a job that you enjoy? Do you work in a job that you hate? Right? Like, are you in a good flow state, at least every now and then throughout your day? Or are you completely out of whack? This time, as it brings stuff up, also, you're going to feel it in your physical body. Okay, so whatever we're at, this is essentially like Kundalini activation coming through the body, and whatever blockages are in there, it's gonna show it. So I recommend here in the next 6 months for you Scorpio risings, to go ahead and just get checked out. Like, you don't have to go to a doctor. You can go to a holistic or a functional medical practitioner, or even just get a massage or something that's just gonna, you know, attend to your physical body. You know, if you're not sleeping well, you know, try something natural, maybe some melatonin or something. But you know, do or take some kind of action that's just gonna get yourself checked out. Make sure that you're, you know, doing okay. Your nutrition, your physical health is you know, is functioning okay, because this one is gonna hit pretty deep. It's gonna hit hard. Okay, especially because we're ending this, you know, this 5-year cycle from the last total eclipse. This is totally clearing out this energy. But from now until then, we're totally clearing out many layers of this energy. So by the time we get to this, all right, you should be like, you know, if you like to exercise, you should have a good exercise routine. You should be like not craving sweets, you know, like clear out all those parasites, bacteria, you know, maybe do some detoxing. And then, you know, provide that you're taking care of yourself and you're in a good flow with your physical body. Your mind and your body are connected. You know, you're aligned. When that Jupiter Uranus conjunction hits in the 7th house just a few weeks later, boom, You could meet the love of your life. You could meet the ultimate business partner. You could this is where things just start flowing beautifully. So this next 6 months, really, really take care of yourself. The better you take care of your physical body, it's also going to affect your 12th house. So the better your physical body is, the better that your emotional state's going to be, and you're going to be able to handle that. I don't know what this feels like. The more out of balance your physical body is, the more out of balance your mind's going to feel. Okay, and vice versa. So good luck, Scorpio. You got this. And on to Saggies. Sagittarius. What's up, y'all? All right. So October 14th. Eclipse at 21 degrees of Libra. This will be happening in your 11th house. So this is pretty exciting because this is connecting to all new people, especially with Pluto at 27 degrees of Capricorn, which is in your 2nd house. You could start attracting a lot of new people. Things are going to be changing. This is like a new vision. Finally, things are starting to roll forward with this new chapter that that your life is coming into, connecting to new people. Past life connections even could be coming in, and you know it's giving you this impetus. Like, all right, I'm going to be uncomfortable. I'm going to have to get out there in front of people. I'm going to have to get out there and do this, that. It doesn't really feel good, but once you start getting in the flow, it's going to be, oh, well, you know what? This feels right. This actually feels good. Let's do this. Let's make it happen. So you could see yourself getting around new people, and suddenly everybody wants to be around you, and let's all go out and get together and make this happen, and communities start building, and this is very exciting energy for you. October 28th, lunar eclipse, 5 degrees of Taurus, conjunct Jupiter. So this is going to be in your 6th house. So this is really good for really taking your physical health to the next level. Your day-to-day life could change. This means, and the 6th house is also about your day-to-day work life, right? Besides your nutrition and your health. So if you already got your nutrition, your health down, I mean, if you don't, this is a great opportunity to really start to get that, wake up early, get your circadian rhythm on point, eat good foods, detox, clean out your gut here for the next couple months. But if that's legit, then you could be starting a new job, or you could be starting a new process in your day-to-day life. And this could be directly proportionate to what happens in the 11th house 2 weeks earlier, about connecting to your new vision and new people and whatnot. So that's pretty exciting. And then coming into March of next year, now we have Pluto into Aquarius, where things get better with that. And Pluto coming in Aquarius, especially with Pluto in the 2nd house going in the 3rd house, this is going to be all right, now things are flowing, and I'm meeting new people, and I'm making money, and networking, and the entrepreneurial self is really coming out. 5 degrees of Libra, which is also going to be in your 11th house. So a lot of coming into this is really this new chapter taking shape and taking form, and coming together for a whole new vision, a whole new purpose. This whole 20-year life cycle is really starting to birth itself. But you're letting go. This is where you're going to fully let go of the old life, old vision, done. This and it has to be fully let go of in order to really fully step in the new one, which is going to take its place over the end of March into the end of April, where that Jupiter Uranus conjuncts in your 6th house. But first, April 8th, 19 degrees of Aries, which is going to be in your 5th house. So 5th house, this is very powerful because this is your inner child. All right. Not only that, it's your connection to your creativity. So this could be a major, massive creative idea. Boom. Oh my God, I got all these new people, all these new things happening, all these new situations. Now I got this new creative endeavor that I want to create, and it's going to come from the vulnerable inner child that you've been nursing through the internal work that you've been doing or not doing. If you haven't been doing the work, then this could be a breakthrough. You're going to feel it, in your physical body. But this is all about connecting to your inner child and letting that inner child flourish. Now, when Chiron's in the fifth house, all right, and we can kind of see this in the United States because Chiron is in the fifth house of the United States as well. The shadow side of Chiron in the fifth house is angry, pissed off little kid, right? No, I don't want to go. The higher vibration is this kid that's like, I love everything, right? And when you go around and you're like, I love everything, then everybody wants to be around you. If you're going around like, I fucking hate this shit, it needs to be my way, right? Then nobody wants to be around you. So this is going to be, one of two ways. So I highly encourage, if you're frustrated because there's a lot of really fundamental deep changes going on here. And if you're getting these visions of or a lot of changes happening, I mean, there's a lot of change happening for everyone, right? It's, again, the vulnerability and authenticity is deeply important, but we can definitely say that come to the end of April, when Jupiter and Uranus are conjunct in the sixth house, this is a new beginning in your day-to-day life. This is a new way of living, okay? This could be in a new tax bracket. This could be in a new place. This could be in a new way. Hard to say exactly for sure, but by the end of April, you'll be living a whole new lifestyle, and it'll make you feel much better about about living, right? So that's a plus. So let's see what's going on. Caps. Let's see. October 14th, solar eclipse, 21 degrees Libra. We have this in the 10th house. So Capricorn, 10th house, solar eclipse. This is starting a new cycle in your life purpose. This could be new things coming in, new opportunities happening. Or letting go of old things in order to allow the new things to come in. And of course, with Pluto at 27 degrees of Capricorn, this is like a direct reflection of your identity. Your identity is shifting. So this is, again, needing to step up, needing to meet the universe where it wants to take you. October 28th, lunar eclipse, 5 degrees of Taurus. We're going to be seeing that here in the fifth house. So, of course, fifth house is the inner child, creativity. So lunar eclipse, this may be clearing out some blockage to your creativity, or some blockage with your children as well, to open up and bring in that higher vibrational energy of fun and creative flow and creative genius. Okay, so that's going to be the start of this energy as it goes forward. Okay, with Jupiter and Uranus going to be conjuncting there in the fifth house, we're definitely going to see there's going to be some kind of creative epiphany, idea, creative genius coming through. I mean, could even, have a kid, pop out a baby. It's possible. This is really embracing your inner child. And with embracing the inner child, embracing this new creative flow that is that is in the process of being birthed as this other stuff is clearing. March 25th, we have 5 degrees of Libra. Oh, and also, by the way, once Pluto moves out of Capricorn into Aquarius, you are going to feel like you have a weight off of your soul, and you're going to feel things are going to be just flowing so much easier. So congratulations, you're almost there. Depending on when you're watching this, you made it. Now it's time to really start living life. Life is going to get so much better. Okay. Woohoo. March 25th, 5 degrees of Libra. We're going to be seeing that again in the 10th house. So there's something that's starting here in October that's going to grow and maneuver, mold into something that's going to culminate into letting go of some kind of, I feel like it's letting go of this last bit that's been holding us back to getting to this next level. So at the end of March, we can look forward to that. And then, of course, the big one, April 8th at 19 degrees of Aries, which we're going to see in the fourth house. So this is finding home, finding a new sense of home in yourself. This could have something to do with your relationship to your mother. With Chiron there, this could be a shift or a change to your relationship. This could be anything that has to do with your mother. This could, if you're a woman, this could be becoming a mother, of course. But really, what I'm feeling here intuitively is this, through this new creative spark and through these new ventures that are happening in the life purpose, this new drive, this new vigor for life, this is feeling at home in self. This is a very, very good energy. So Capricorns, you deserve it. Myself pat on the back for that one. All right, and Aquarius. Okay, October 14th, we have in Libra, which is in the 9th house. So with the solar eclipse in the 9th house, this is starting to explore a new level or layer of your belief systems, or needing to learn something new. Now, when I say learn something new, this is more about higher learning. This is like learning through plant medicine like ayahuasca, or learning through wisdom, like learning through teaching, learning through experience. It's like experiential learning, not like classroom learning. Okay, so this could be going through experiences where you're having to let go of limiting belief systems in order to see or learn a new version of yourself, becoming more connected to God. That can be also, or you could be traveling more as well. And October 28th, lunar eclipse, 5 degrees of Taurus. We're going to see that in the 4th house. So with the lunar eclipse in Taurus, an ending and new beginning to home and family. Again, this is whatever happens on the 14th with needing to see something new, understand something new in your belief systems. It's going to make you come home, or maybe even have to question where you felt like at home was for you, right? Or connecting to a deeper level or a part of you. Now, that's going to start here in October, and coming into March next year, we got 5 degrees of Libra, which is again in your 9th house. This is culminating. So you're going to be going through some kind of experiential learning process about your belief systems, right? Understanding who you are. And that's going to be translating into feeling more at home in yourself. Okay. But something's got to end. I feel like it's a limiting belief system that needs to end here. And when that limiting belief system comes to an end, you're going to pop through, have a breakthrough, and April 8th comes around, 19 degrees of Aries in your 3rd house. This is you either becoming a teacher or becoming like excited about learning something new, or connecting to your community and wanting to create community. All right. Really help through whatever it is that you just learned about yourself, or whatever you were limited to. This is you coming out into your community and teaching or helping or showing or being a part of the community that makes you feel more at home in yourself. And this is a whole new way of living for you as well. Okay. Now, Pisces and Pisces rising, we have October 14th, 21 degrees of Libra is going to be in your 8th house. So solar eclipse in the 8th house, this could be, again, meeting new people. This could be connecting to your intuition on a deeper level. This could be having an expense come up that you didn't know, like, taxes and or reconfiguring your money, or working, your money in a new way. But whatever the case is, chances are you're going to be meeting some new people, or collaborating or connecting with some new people that are going to be working on a bigger goal. All right. And October 28th comes around, 5 degrees of Taurus. Let's see. That is going to be in your 3rd house. So this, whatever connections you're making, means that you have to learn something new. All right. You're going to have to be learning some new. And with Jupiter and Uranus conjuncting here as well, this means that you could be creating like a new system, education system, or just a new way through whatever it is that you're connecting with other people with. You're connecting in a new way to educate or teach people how to do something, how to be some kind of way. But it's going to be like a collaborative effort. There's a lot of collaboration I see in this. Okay. Now that's going to start October to March 25th, 5 degrees of Libra. We have, of course, an 8th house. So whatever energy is there about that collaboration is going to culminate and go to this next level. and something's going to end, something's going to clear, or it could be, or could you, I just feel like it's going to go to the next level. All right. So you could be setting up, starting, strategizing some new thing, putting together some ideas, and then end of March next year, you have a business plan, you're pitching it to investors, people want to invest, and now you're going to start to teach and or create or actually put that into motion here in this reality. April 8th, 19 degrees of Aries, we're coming into the second house. So when it's exactly conjunct Chiron, this is a total eclipse in the second house. This is about, all right, now it's time to start. This is activating the healer within for work, for doing what you love to do. So whatever it is that you're collaborating with and where you're going to educate or teach, it's humbling you in a way. And it's bringing out this healer version of yourself, and this healer version of yourself is going to be able to help in some deeper ways that you can probably imagine. Okay, and of course, a couple weeks after that, Jupiter and Uranus are going to be conjuncting the third house. This could actually make you very popular or even famous, because whatever you're teaching and helping out with, it's going to attract a lot of people to want to bring this, like, wow, this is a great idea. I love this system. I love this thing that you're doing. I want to make it bigger. This needs to get out everywhere. How can I help? Right? More people want to help. And so you got to create a bigger system. But you're going to have the resources and the opportunities here to be able to make that something bigger for you, for the bigger picture. So that is all your 12 signs. And a real quick note for all the people that have been here with me since the beginning. I just want to say that I appreciate you guys so much. You know, when I had the opportunity community many years ago, I've connected with a lot of you. And actually, some of the most profound experiences and situations that have happened in my life have been with you guys. So I have been in the works now for a good solid 2 years, as my life has been kind of, you know, I've gone through a lot of lessons and a lot of changes, but finally culminating into creating this beautiful new vision I call the Butterfly Factory. And it is finally coming into, you know, this 3D reality. And so, you know, astrology is a small part of what I do, but in the last 15 years, you know, I started with massage, microscopy, astrology, working with plant medicines, even personal training and fitness, nutrition. I do all kinds of biohacking, and I brought all these different things together into a system where, you know, people can come in and just get different sessions of these healing modalities done, or I do customized protocols for people, and I've been helping people get off drugs, and I've been helping people with depression and stop drinking and all kinds of, I mean, things from autoimmune issues or even dis-eases to depression and schizophrenia, anxiety, and everything in between. All right. And so I am starting to build this community base experience again. And you know, I really, it only happens when we all connect and we're all, you know, a part of this thing. So if you're still watching this at the end of this video, I salute you and I thank you. And if you'd like to be a part of what I'm doing, please feel free to reach out. You know, because, you know, if you resonate with my energy, you know, I'm sure I will resonate with your energy, and I'm happy to work with you. We all need to work together. Okay, coming into these new vibrations. So please, you can set up an appointment with me if you'd like a reading. There's a link in the description box below or on my IG. You can go to my Linktree. And other than that, I hope to hear from you. And I'm so grateful for all your support. And I'll see y'all on the next video. All right. Have a wonderful day. Aho.